icy, we going crazy. We at the top and we never gonna stop. Hop in a ghost, I'ma get swayzy. I just got off of the jet and I cry. I win in a Humvee, I lie. I be on go cause I come from the shot. I'm shooting back, I ain't ducking no shots. Got power like Samson, I cut off the locks. Chirac, Timmer, in the cut like I'm Fredo Santana. Buju Banton, I hop in the Bama, the world is mine. I'm Tony Montana, I'm Pelican Fly. Diamonds on me cause I'm rapping a rock. I'ma go hard, I ain't killing them soft. I'm up in the hills, I feel like I'm Lauren, you ready or not? I like who got businesses, I'm CEO of mine. 1980 Prezi Rolly, we been working overtime. The witness, the police, the pigs, I don't eat swine. Son of Jacob, this biblical, my flow, the holy God. Save money ground up in the gutter where they found us. Stones in the faint mouth rush. More vacays, more bucks, more race, more foreign trucks, more on a tour bus, more pour cup. Toast to the winners, throw it up.
Juicy, what a drums at?
About her, petty, don't matter. Far as that teller, I pray to God they rattle tattle. Hey, what's a rapper? I started off that, now I'm better. I get capital. I help my people to get cheddar. I do business. Look here, stay out my business. I'm so iceberg slimish, stainless, not a blemish. I should've been in prison. Don't worry, remorse, no cases pinned. I got the rolling flooded, soaking wet, but ain't been swimming. I'm the man now, ain't I work a plan now, can't I? I remember when you lame player, hated a player, now the same lame player, they call a player mayor. Say, what you talking that's funky, it's about my face, wearing that monkey.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the venerable Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Chicago Bears and the New Orleans Saints. Two weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. Well, here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Slot man moves right.
18, Pioneer.
Play action. Here's Hurts. This is caught by Tate. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. On this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards.
Here we go.
Hurts. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, first and goal. Hurts sets up to throw it. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. Touchdown, Saints! Alvin Kamara, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Saints get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. A fairly short kick from the 14. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. To Montgomery to begin the drive. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down. Now Fields. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Read option, here's Montgomery. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 44-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the 1st down.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. On play action, Fields. He's going to air one out. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this 1st quarter.
Sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and you can't do it all on one throw.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it's 2nd down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. 2nd down and 7. The 1st carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And some space here. A big play there out of Kamara. 44 yards. Alvin Kamara, Charles, a guy from your alma mater there in Knoxville. And he has developed into a perennial Pro Bowler on the strength of big plays like we just saw there.
And that's why he's one of the best running backs in the game today because this run combined all the elements. Started with patience, and he was just waiting for the right lane to materialize. Then once he saw it, he used his speed and escapability in tandem and turned this into a tremendous play.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. And he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on next-gen stats. Hurts throw caught by his receiver, Hill. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
Let's just make this one simple. Could he be any more open than he was on that play?
And they lost him going to the outside.
Hard to believe because you go through your accounting on each and every defensive snap. Who's got who, what defense you're in. That was totally a blown coverage.
They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive. The Saints at 0-2 here to begin the season. And listen, they made their share of mistakes in these first 2 games, CD, but talking with them in the days leading up to this one, doesn't seem like they've lost any confidence.
I would agree with that. And what they told us was that they weren't planning on making any drastic changes. They didn't see the need to shake things up. They were going to continue to plow ahead. They thought they had the right guys on the team and in the locker room. But they do have to start winning some games.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes a defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down. Here's Hurts to throw. They'll get this out to Kamara. He's got the 1st down and more. It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. Throwing is Hurts. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Alvin Kamara with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Saints go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Lutz with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception, then led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
On 2nd and 9, Fields. Over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. On 1st down, Fields. And he finds Montgomery complete. And he's got this down to the 35. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Fields. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead, it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
They'll run it. Here's Montgomery, and he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1. Already down 2 scores. They're going to go for this rather than settle for 3. Running for it, Montgomery. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as he'll wind up going backwards. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Saints will have the football back. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
They almost push them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but You're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it. It's going well for them.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll set up a throw.
Oh, it tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football.
It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
He talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Fields. That's caught by Montgomery. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. He got 29 yards that time.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Second down and goal. Fields. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. It's a 1-yard touchdown run, and the Bears have cut it back within a score. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away.
He rifles one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Ashton Davis. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football.
Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. And then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
Now a 1st down throw, Fields. That's complete right side to Kmet. Down inside the 10.
And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. A big play that time on the catch and run. 34 yards. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. They'll run with Montgomery. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago.
David Montgomery, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bears are an extra point away from evening this one up.
Santos with the extra point, and we are tied at 14.
Carlos Santos to kick off for Chicago.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum.
And Hurts is intercepted, his third of the game. Picked by Julian Love. And they will score a pick-6 for a Bears touchdown. But Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick-6.
And Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In the case of a defense, they wanted to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Saints take over first down 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And with just under a minute to go, they might try to think about mounting a drive here if they can and get in the end zone to potentially tie this game up. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far. But on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Hurts throw pulled in by Morton. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Like somebody thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Hurts. He's going to let this one go deep. This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to be shoved out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. 52 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick-6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the third row.
And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2.
Panther 11, Panther 11.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. In the final seconds of the first half. And the Saints have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. It's caught inside the 5. But he is not going to make it into the end zone. They stop him short, so they'll add only 6 as we come up on halftime. So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. Pulls it in at the 13. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
The Bears take over first down 10 at their own 21-yard line.
at the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
And with 5 seconds to go, this will likely be our final play.
He's going to wind up and air it out. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
Santos now to add the PAT. And with that, the lead is up to 8. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Garden, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators. They sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Fields now to throw. Throwing for Montgomery. He's got him on the out route. And he's brought down at the 19 after a gain of 19. First down in the red zone.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches. And they're trying to create one there. Getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
Yes, we are. Touchdown, Bears! David Montgomery, he scored on the ground and through the air. And the Bears have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the lead is up to 15 now.
Bears 35, Saints 20. Carlos Santos to kick off for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the 3rd quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. He's got a man, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one goes for 36 yards.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit. That might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
When you're running the slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Play action. Here's Hurts. Flush to his right. And he'll hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long, and this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal, because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
This pass complete to Melton. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 15-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And here he'll get it down to the 7. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll be 2nd and a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Bears' 7-yard line.
Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Hill. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Come on.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. And it's caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Kamara fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans.
After allowing that last score, the defense knows they've got to tighten things up. Otherwise, they'll let them right back into the game.
Now the Saints offense will remain on the field and go for 2. In motion right as a running back. Hurts will throw. And this is going to be caught, so they do get it. And the 2 points, now they're back down to a 1-score deficit. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Still enjoying the lead here in the 3rd quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. Meanwhile, Fields' throw there complete to Mooney. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
They find some open field here. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Santos to kick off for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And a fair catch signal for and taken successfully.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
He's going to try and go deep again. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Locates Kamara on the out route. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down.
good for the Saints. First down.
That's good for the Saints.
From the gun, it's Hurts. Throwing out right here, caught by Olave. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. Final minute now of the third quarter.
First down. First and 10 at the 49-yard
On first and 10, it's Hurts. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. And the Bears are going to take over here up near the 40. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Fields. Incomplete. Well, those two have hooked up for a touchdown once already in this game. That time, unable to find the completion.
Yeah, just appeared they wanted to get him out into open space and try and get him the football. As you mentioned, unable to connect.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now Fields. And that is incomplete.
You know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 15. And now Miller hit, and he fumbles. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. On the tackle, it was the West Virginia man, Kaiser White.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Here we go.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Tries the left side and finds Olave. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
It's a gain of 21 yards.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. 85 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Sliding out of the pocket. Finds his man. That's Olave on the crossing route. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. 7 catches for him now in this last one. A first down. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. This is caught. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. On 2nd and goal, Hurts. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Alvin Kamara with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year. And the Saints have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come.
They'll try and throw for it. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a two-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense. Right?
That's true. You've said that before. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
On 2nd and 12, Fields. Quick slant, finding Claypool. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Looking deep downfield. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Fielded at the 20. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And it feels like the momentum has shifted. They scored, then their defense forces that last punt. And now a chance to tie the game on this possession. They'll throw on first down with Hurts. He sets to fire deep. And that's intercepted yet again. And that could be the backbreaker. Kyler Gordon picks it off. And the Bears are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback...
Montgomery hit and the ball is loose.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home, the next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Powering forward.
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think it's a pretty nice job defensively against the Jets' sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house, so they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They're facing a critical third down now as they try to hold on to this lead. Fields. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Going with their tight end on 4th. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
I know when you're looking at the scoreboard clock, we're getting near the end of this game.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. This is caught by Tate.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Brandon's okay what they're doing right now. Still able to work the middle of the field, but you know sooner or later they're going to have to stop the clock.
Running with Kamara. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Again, it's Kamara.
And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line.
It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain. Clock's under a minute. Still plenty of time, Parker. They have all 3 timeouts.
That means they have plenty of options in their play calling and where they target on the field. They can throw it downfield, maybe even in the middle, and use their timeouts.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
I'm a little surprised right here. They've got 3 timeouts left. The clock's running down, and they aren't using them. Those timeouts do you no good at home. Use them now.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining.
Ball on the 8, 2nd and 2.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
A man who's been busy this afternoon. It's Kamara again. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
And this is caught. He's got it for a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, it's only going to come down to a 2-point conversion.
We'll break down the touchdown later. It's 2-point conversion time. Go to your script, pick your play, and go for it.
Panther 11, Panther 11. Check smash. 60
They'll look to throw. That's caught at the 1. And he will get in. The 2-point conversion is good. And we may be on our way to overtime. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe call is to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
Now Fields.
Time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick 6 or fumbles the ball that gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
And as meticulously as all teams plan for a game, I don't doubt for a second on that offense coordinator's play sheet, he's got some overtime plays that he wants to run. I know it sounds crazy, but they plan for everything. 1st and 10 all the way throughout the game, 2nd and 7, whatever. Right now, he's looking at that play sheet saying, if we get to overtime, what can we break out that they haven't seen?
28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. Little OT scramble drill that time, Mr. Davis.
Partner, I can tell you from personal experience, nothing drives a defense crazier than having things covered and the quarterback takes off and picks up a 1st down or big yardage. Because whether we're in zone or man, it's easy to lose track of him because you don't always have someone assigned to him. And once he goes, now everybody's scrambling to try and tackle him.
I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That can give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward, and it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off, but in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
They run it again with Kamara. And some room to work. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 146 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
This has been a good drive so far. It's been a running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a 1st down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. But now the Bears going to signal for another timeout. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They go play action with Hurts. He'll buy some time right. Look who it is. It's Olave once more. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. Here comes a big one now in overtime. This is 3rd and inches. He is going to find Hill here. And the Saints are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as they get the conversion there on 3rd and inches. So he hooked up with a veteran there, and in overtime, that's not a bad idea. Go with the age and the experience.
Yeah, because sometimes the young guys, they give you the fresh legs and give you all that bounce. But in this type of a situation, sometimes those legs slow down.
And he's into the end zone for the